Sheesh. Looks so clean, guys. I dig this orange now. I change these colors quite often, to be honest. But right now I'm rocking this orange and I love it.
What's going on, guys? The wait is finally over. In this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to install this beautiful ambient lighting in your BMW. So this will apply not only to the F8X generation cars, any BMW that has ambient lighting as original equipment should work with the same kit that I'm using. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Alright guys, before we're gonna get started with the actual step-by-step install of these lights, I'm gonna explain you why I decided to go the app route and not to wire it and program it so that you can operate it via your navigation. So if you want to control via your navigation, you have to slice into your car's harness, which I believe is like near the OBD2 sensor, and it is just a lot more involved. And at the same time, you have to programming after the fact, and Chinese instructions are just so bad. I did not want to go that route at all. I went with the safer route and as well as the easier route. So, which is to control your lights via the app. I don't change it that often to have this bother me at all. So, and I have it on my phone too. So I'm just showing you on the tablet right now. But it's really easy, instantaneous. You can do the brightness here as well, but you can also control the brightness via your regular lights. So here's all the way off. Then you can make it brighter. So this is a startup animation. Actually, it does the rainbow thing, which I'm not a fan. And speaking of the rainbow thing, so solid colors, which you have so many different options. You can just scroll this wheel to change it to whatever you want. There's a red, nice red. I think I was rocking like an orangey, more of a orange light recently because I did purple for quite a bit. Then I did blue. Then I did green. So these are the presets. You can just you can have it saved your presets, or you can just have presets for you. Right now it's just the presets that the app has for you. Again, many different colors you can choose from. Um, and then of course then you can use this wheel to even customize it further. So that's the solid colors. And then if you're into some uh, dynamic lights, then you can also hit up the style here, and you can go to you can have different animations going, like flowing lights. I don't personally like this, but I don't judge if you decide to have this. I don't like it. I just kind of go to my basic solid color. Boom, hit up this. I'll just leave it at this red for now, but I just use solid colors and that's it. Okay, so the app will be linked in the description. The kit I used will be linked in the description, and let's hop straight into the install now.
Alright, guys, so I feel like there is a lack of good content explaining how to install aftermarket ambient lighting kits into these BMWs. So I decided to make a super simple, step-by-step and easy to follow tutorial on how to get this job done. So just to show you what I'm doing here right now, I'm tapping the ambient kit wires to the cup holder light. The cup holder light has the blue, red and brown wires, and we're connecting our kit's positive red wire to the car's blue wire and a negative brown to the colored brown wires. Don't worry, if you don't have a cup holder light, you can add one by tapping it into one of the Footwell lights. I didn't have one originally, and I added one myself by tapping it into the passenger side Footwell light. The cup holder light and the white cable will also be linked in the description, along with the ambient lighting kit I use. So we're going to start with removing the long carbon fiber trim in the center, as well as the short one on the left hand side. Then we will mount the main controller inside underneath the radio using a double-sided tape, and we'll go from there step by step. Alright guys, to remove this trim panel here, I used the plastic pry tool, whatever you want to call it. I went very carefully from the top, and it's just, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. I already got mine popped out, but just to show you, you can hang it like this real carefully, or you can tie it to like your mirror or something, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 little clips. So just real carefully, it'll pop right out. So I got this piece removed. Like I said, it was just a bunch of clips right there. And then now we're gonna install the longer strip to it. And so you can cut the strip, of course, from the side opposite of the wire. So we're gonna install it pretty tight here, flush I mean, and then all the way down, and then we're gonna cut it at the end. All right, now I plug this thing in to test before I cut. So let's flip the switch. Bam, beautiful. All right, now we can cut it and install it. All right guys, so the next piece is the center console. So what I did is I removed this panel, and I just kind of hung this thing up, and I got to these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Oh, carefully. And I got this piece out, and then what I did is I legit super glue the strip to it, and I cut it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I got some super glue up here, but once it sits in there, you won't be able to see it. So we'll swap out the radio and AC buttons and put it back in and see how it looks. Alright guys, for this piece, we're gonna use a wire I just made myself, homemade custom wire, and we're gonna feed it through, and then we're gonna come out of here. Trust me, there is a pass-through, you can get it in. Okay, so I got the small strip all wired. I did have to use the extension wire so that it reaches all the way to the left. It is quite long, so I'll put a link in the description of the extension I used. I also plugged in and tested it. Now I'm going to pull the center carbon trim back out and feed the strip through the behind the cluster with my custom cable feeder. Alright, so here I got my wire feeder in for this piece, and then really easy, pops out on the other side.
Hey guys, sorry for jumping in the middle of the video, but I wanted to ask you for a favor. If you're enjoying this install video and it really is helpful to you, can you please just pause and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as it helps grow this video and put this video in front of people like yourself that find it helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Alright guys, so next we're working on Footwell lights, one per each side, so they're all attached together on one wire, like so. So one will go driver's side, one passenger side, and two will go in the back. So what I did is, again, I dropped the two 10 mil nuts panel on each side. So I'll show you real quick. Yep, so just two 10 millimeter, really easy. It drops right down. Same thing on the passenger side. And then I feed it through here, through this little opening. I found it to work, and should come, boom, right there. Really easy. And then this thing is pretty symmetrical, so just using this opening and then go on the passenger side. And then for the driver's side, what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna feed it through here as well, but then go under this panel to go back under my rear seat. And of course, I'm gonna do exact same thing on the passenger side. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you here on the passenger side. So this time I'm doing two at a time. So again, this opening right here, and then wiggle that thing through and comes right out over there. All right, guys, and for the both rear Footwell lights, I extended them from the front module behind this trim right here. As you can see, the wire right there goes under the trim, sort of under the seat right there, and then I cut a hole in the leather to push the Footwell light under, just like so. Alright, guys, this is pretty much what it's gonna take to remove this door panel. So a plastic prying tool. It's for all the retainer clips. They are all the way around the door. Next thing is your door handle. That's what pulling this cable to release the door latch. And then down here in this hole, this is where your door switch, window switch goes. So I disconnected this during the reassembly, actually, because you can't get it through the holes, so you have to pop it out, and I'll show you why in a second. And then of course you're gonna disconnect your original ambient lighting here, and the last piece is your Footwell light. Down there, there's a cable, and that way you can remove this whole door panel and work on it away from the car. Alright, guys, so right now we're working on the door, and what I did is I pulled my old ambient lighting piece out. So the way you pop this out is you pry it out with the screwdriver in the front. So I started from here with the little screwdriver, just pry it out, and then you peel. It slides right down here till you get to the back, and then now that you're in the back, this piece comes off like that, and then it just slid right out just like that. Now to put the new one in, there is not enough room to slide the wire with the connector, so I had to chop the connector and then put the wire through first and then rewire the connector. Done. Now I'm just testing the door, hooked up directly to the battery, and it did light up. So I think this is what I want to stick with. Have the light sort of come out, not pointing down, not shining down like the original ambient lighting, but instead actually having this sort of on the outside, flush with the thing, almost flush. That looks pretty clean. Of course, I gotta make this all permanent, and these work as well. Alright, guys, next we're gonna make the hole for the handle, and this is the spot I'm drilling in for mine. Alright, so the first hole is gonna be here, and then the second hole is for this storage compartment. It's gonna be back here. I'll show you on the other side. So this is where I drilled mine. Get some light in there. Boom. So kind of second one down from here. And then the idea is that you push one of these so they come out. If I could get that up without breaking. There you go. So you get from the inside, you put that through and you connect to one of these. So this wire right here, the shorter one, original ambient light, is where I'm gonna be tapping. All right guys, so this is where we're gonna be tapping exactly. So blue and white for positive, brown for negative. So I'll show you real quick on here. So again, boom. So you get your 12 and change volts right there. All right guys, to show you how I wired this up. So on the left, there's a blue with white stripe that went to red positive, and a brown on the right went to black negative, and it all lights up beautifully. So I got my light here, light there for the storage compartment, and of course the strip, and it looks real good. I'm trying to cover the sunlight a little bit, but it looks so clean. As you can tell, I did the strip. It is completely flush with the trim. So I didn't want it. I mean, it would be kind of hard to achieve it pointing down, honestly. I'll show you from underneath. So you have right here, this part, the black part of the strip, sits right all the way down the trim perfectly. So honestly, this is the way I want it anyway, and then I think it's coming out pretty clean looking, not gonna lie. And then of course the door light and the storage compartment light is right there. So I'll show you how this looks at night. I bet you it looks pretty sick.
Alright guys, so in the rear, same process as the front, except the rear seat has to come out. I'm not gonna film this process because I don't want to make this video extremely long, and also I haven't done it myself. So but you got the idea, just exactly how you did the front, you're gonna do the back strips. You have to get this little panel off and then put your strip right along this little trim piece here. And also in the back, the lights, the Footwell lights in the back, what I did, so double-sided tape or any type of tape that I tried did not work. So what I ended up doing is actually cutting a small hole in the ladder down there under the seat. No one will ever see it. And then I stuck the Footwell light right into the hole from underneath. You'll see what I mean when you're actually doing it. And that's it for the rear. All right guys, time to wrap this video up. It's getting pretty long, but hey, at least I think it was nice and clear. I honestly couldn't find a video that was nice and easy to follow to get this project done, so I had to figure everything out on my own. And then I wanted to film the process for you guys so you don't have to spend as much time as I spent on this project originally. So I hope this helps you complete your ambient light install, and all I ask in return is that you simply give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe to the channel for more helpful content like this. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.